games. Team of the season, St Helens maybe, but Wigan are a side possessed in the Cup. Dean Bell proving the points by somehow finding a way through for the opening try. Bottica's brilliant touchline conversion served to emphasise Wigan's apparent invincibility, and suitably inspired, they ensured the second half followed a similar pattern. First, Phil Clark burst through tissue paper tackling to race to the line unopposed. Then, just 5 minutes later, Sean Edwards glided through the same dispirited St Helens ranks to render the remainder of the proceedings academic. 23-3 the final score. Wigan in the Cup seem unstoppable.
Now rugby union, the Welsh League leaders Cardiff have been beaten by Llanelli, who won 18 points to 13 at a packed Arms Park. Llanelli went ahead after only 3 minutes when Colin Stevens got the first of 2 tries. Cardiff were rewarded for their persistence and took the lead early in the second half when Gary Thomas scored these 5 points. But with the match finally balanced at 13-all, Llanelli's captain Rupert Moon showed a great turn of pace to outmanoeuvre the Cardiff defence. So Llanelli are now only 3 points behind Cardiff, and they still have a match in hand.
That's the BBC News Tonight. From Steve and me, good night.
KwaZulu, the Zulu homeland, has alas become the killing field of South Africa. Thousands of people have died here in bitter fighting between the ANC and Inkatha. Chief Buthelezi has talked of the possibilities of civil war. I'll be discussing that and other topics with him, with Nelson Mandela, and with State President F.W. de Klerk in Breakfast with Frost, Sunday morning, 8:15, BBC1.
Hello. Today, Aberystwyth was warmer than Akrotiri, but this is more a measure of Cyprus's very, very cool winter rather than the land of our fathers overachieving. It does mean that things are gradually changing. The high pressure that's been causing the low cloud and the fog and the pollution and the television interference, that's moving away steadily now and allowing these weather fronts to come southeastwards across the country in the next 72 hours, bringing a considerable change to all our weathers. You can see that happening in the first 24 hours on the computer, that band of rain coming southwards across Northern Ireland and Scotland, not getting to England and Wales until tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, but becoming breezier and mild in most places. You can see that rain, the first of it at least on the radar, some fairly heavy bursts of rather showery rain at times in the west. And so tonight, the main problem is over England and East Wales. I think fog reforming in many places, some dense fog too by the end of the night, and there could even be some patches of freezing fog with a touch of frost and ice in some parts of the east. Far too much wind and cloud in the west for any frost there. But rain getting into Scotland and Northern Ireland. And then tomorrow starting off foggy in many parts of England, that fog thinning out during the course of the morning. Cloud and rain over Northern Ireland and Scotland, that rain pushing down towards the borders by the end of the day, but fairly bright over much of England and Wales for much of the day. Very little of the fog persisting right through the day. And a milder day for England, particularly 7 or 8 Celsius. Elsewhere, as today, 8 to 10 degrees Celsius and breezy.
This month on Crimewatch UK, gunmen in Doncaster shot 2 security guards at point-blank range before fleeing empty-handed in a Red Rover. Can you help trace them? And the church warden from Shropshire, attacked and raped as she walked home from midnight mass in the early hours of Christmas Day. A stranger wearing a woolly hat seen nearby could be a vital witness. That's Crimewatch UK next Thursday night at 9:30. We'll be waiting for your call.
Details of forthcoming BBC programmes, together with background information, features and listings, can be found in the new issue of Radio Times. In A Night of Love on BBC2 in a moment, the tormented tales of unrequited love are revealed by 4 saddened sufferers who were hit straight through the heart. And later at 10:10, tissues at the ready for Truly Madly Deeply. In 40 minutes on BBC1, today's football action in Match of the Day. And that's after Esther Ranson and her team settle a few more scores in That's Life.
I think what all the viewers want to know is, can you please demonstrate for us that kiss of life?
Yes, certainly. Hand over her mouth here.
Yes, straight in the airways.
Right here. Over the top of her nose. And then push her stomach, like so,
Yes.
and hit her in the chest.
Yes.
Listen for her heart.
Yes, yes.
And about 3 minutes later, she popped back into life.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Would you like to run your fingers through mine? So you can keep... Oops!
Thank you so much. Good evening. Thank you for all your letters this week and for your phone calls. And speaking of phone calls, our hotline, our special hotline is open right now for any urgent information you may have for us about stories we're going to tell you tonight. Indeed, any urgent information, that's the number 081 752 4444. You know, last week's amazing story about lovely little Lucy, our surfing dog from Musselburgh, who you remember was given the kiss of life by her owner, Jim Killen, when Lucy was run over by a truck, and he actually saved her life. Well, this week, that story has prompted 3 of our viewers to tell us of the pets they've saved with the kiss of life too. And as it is Valentine's Day tomorrow, we've asked them to join us here tonight and demonstrate those special kisses. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Lillian Curry, George Banfield and Barry O'Connell.